We are dealing with our first nor'easter of 2021, and we have lots of things to talk about. Now, this storm is from Sunday through Tuesday, if not even Wednesday, for some of us here in the Twin Tiers. Now, first we have our winter weather alerts. We have 2 rounds of snowfall, one we've already seen and the other one coming tonight. This is Monday night into tomorrow morning or Tuesday. Moderate to heavy snow at times, and we do have accumulating snowfall again, some of us through Wednesday morning, especially in Schuyler County. Now, let's start with the winter weather alert. So first of all, we're dealing with a winter weather advisory. That's the lesser of all the alerts here in Steuben County, and that is until 1 p.m. on Tuesday. Now, for the rest of us here in the southern tier, we're under a winter storm warning until 5 a.m. for Schuyler County. Now, that is going to be thanks to some lake effect snow that we'll be talking about into Wednesday. I'll get to that in a second. But for us here in Tioga, New York, and Chemung, we're talking about winter storm warning until 7 p.m. Tuesday evening. So this is a very, very long duration event. And for the northern tier, they're expiring a little sooner, 1 p.m. Tuesday and 5 a.m. Tuesday that's Tioga, Pennsylvania, Bradford County until 1 p.m. on Tuesday. Now, here is our snow total so far. So this is until 2 o'clock this afternoon, so we've even added on to this. So 1 mile southeast of Fisherville, we've had 8 inches already. This is for Chemung County. Erin at 2 p.m., 7 inches, and Elmira, 6 inches. Now, again, that's about 4 hours ago, so we're talking about even more since then. And for our Bradford County snow totals, we're talking about well more than this because this is from this morning. 1 mile southeast of Monroe picked up over 8 inches, close to 9 inches of snow, and New Albany by 10 o'clock this morning picked up 8 inches of snow. So again, we've added on to that, and we are going to add on to that through tomorrow at least. Now, this is our first 2021 nor'easter. Now, what does that mean? That means this is a low that's driving up the coast, and it has combined with a weaker low that moved across the Ohio Valley. Now, this means we're going to have some moderate to major impacts for us, and we're going to deal with accumulating snowfall well into our Tuesday. But first, let's talk about what makes a nor'easter. So we have to have a couple things. The name derives actually from the wind. So on the coast of the East Coast, when a storm moves up the coast just offshore, the winds are coming in from the northeast. That's why it's called a nor'easter. So again, that's where the wind direction is coming from. Now, these occur all year long, but we notice it more in the winter because that's when we're talking about snow. That's when it can be more dangerous. So coastal flooding and heavy snow just inland of that, causing for dangerous conditions. Again, heavy snow and those strong winds move up the coast. So that's why we call it a nor'easter. For us, that means still a substantial amount of snow and some windy conditions, but not as heavy as we were talking about near the coast, and not as strong winds. So that's near the low pressure system. So as you can see, as this low pressure is moving up the coast, you can see the rotation here, and on the coast is where we're getting those northeast winds. So for us, it turns more out of the north. That's actually where we're going to be dealing with some moisture, some lake effect moisture coming up Tuesday into Wednesday. As that storm system pulls away, we'll be getting those winds out of the northwest, out of the north. But on the coast, again, most of those winds are from the northeast. Now, right now, we're talking about some steady snow moving into the region. Again, that is from east to west. Chemung County now covered, Bradford and Tioga, New York, dealing with some of the steadiest of the snowfall right now, and we're going to keep that around through tonight. Actually, it's going to continue moving west over to portions of Tioga, Pennsylvania, and Steuben County by tomorrow morning. So tomorrow morning, early commute, all of us under some moderate snow out there, and that's where those heavy bands will set up. We're dealing with this through tomorrow afternoon, our Tuesday, but then the wind shifts. So you can see the snow filling in at the top of our screen here. That's Tuesday afternoon. That is when the winds are shifting. That's how we're getting some of that lake-enhanced snow, and that's why Schuyler County is going to be under a winter storm warning, the longest out of all of us, because we'll be dealing with this lake effect snow all the way through Wednesday morning. So once that clears out, we'll begin to quiet things down and have a nice welcome break from the snow. But here's what's left to accumulate, just kind of a big picture for you to see across the northeast. For the next 2 days or so, here we are, Monday night through Wednesday, just off to our east. We're going to actually picking up some of the most snow here in the northeast. This is what's remaining to fall. Now, here's our potential snowfall. This is from 7 p.m. Tonight, Monday, through 7 a.m. Tuesday. This is just for the next 12 hours. We're talking 1 to 3 inches off to our west, 3 to 6 inches here over Corning and Elmira and Schuyler County, but just off to our east in portions of Chemung County, Tioga, New York, and Bradford County, 6 to 10 inches. That's in Bradford County where we could pick up over 10 inches, and also where those snow bands set up, we could get some higher amounts there. Now, tomorrow morning through Wednesday morning, so the next 24 hours after that. That's when that lake effect is going to really kick in. Trace to 3 inches down in the northern tier. Most of us in the southern tier, 3 to 5 inches, but just to the north, so the southern Finger Lakes down into Watkins Glen and Ithaca, 5 inches plus thanks to that lake effect snow. Now, overall, we're talking 1 to 6 inches well off to our west in western New York, but 6 to 12 for the middle portions of Steuben County into the northwestern portions of Tioga, Pennsylvania, but 12 to 18 for this big swath of purple here. Now 12 to 18 inches plus. So again, we could be dealing with some snow bands in this dotted line here where we could be dealing with over 1.5 feet of snow. So again, most of us here in the Twin Tiers seeing 1 foot to 1.5 feet by this overall event. Now that is from Sunday through Wednesday. A long duration event. So again, we're dealing with this for most of our weekend. We're going to have to recover for a while from that. 18 plus inches into portions of Bradford County. So again, it's a lot to deal with. We have lots of snow coming. But another thing we are worried about starting tomorrow is our wind gusts. So wind gusts actually are sustained winds. These winds 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 miles per hour. Those hours, that's when we're actually could be gusting at times over 20, 25 miles per hour. And we'll be dealing with that blowing snow. So we put these into motions. Here's how our winds pick up throughout the day. So tomorrow morning, as we have some of that heavier snow falling, actually, tomorrow morning, we're dealing with wind gusts over 25 up to 30 miles per hour. So again, it's a windy day tomorrow, and that's what's going to create that next level of danger out there with that blowing snow. So even though the snow will begin to taper off and wind down, we're still dealing with these strong winds through the day, so anything that falls, it's light, fluffy snow. It could drift and blow right over some road cover. So even though we're dealing with that snow and wrapping up and roads will eventually get plowed, winds could just knock that snow right back on us. Definitely use caution all the way through Wednesday. We're talking about wind gusts over 25 miles per hour. So wind and snow for the first half of the week coming up, and that leads to our winter storm severity index. Now, in red, that's when we're talking major impacts. So that's most of the northern tier here besides, that is Bradford County. Tioga, Pennsylvania is under just some moderate impacts, but that is where we could be dealing with possible power outages and dangerous travel. But all of us here in the Twin Tiers are at least under moderate, so use caution over the next couple days. Here's what that winter storm index means. Actually, we're talking moderate to major impacts for us here in the Twin Tiers. Dangerous road conditions, property damage is possible, and we do have some isolated power outages. Now stick with us tonight. Our 18 storm team will have more on this at 18 News at 10 and 11.